Hello, everyone.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. Morning.
Hey there.
How are you?
Yeah, danke schön. I'm fine. And how are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Good to hear.
Let me see if Carl's going to join us
hmm
today.
Hi, Daniel.
How are you?
Danke schön. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. How is America? Or how are you in America? Let's put it like this.
Well, I live just north of Charlotte, and we had a historic snow dump for North Carolina.
I was in Dallas last week and coming through Chicago. Chicago was really cold. Dallas was only -8 centigrade. You are in the area where they hit me -20. Is this the case?
Yes,
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
12 inches of snow and ice.
Good. Yeah, that's winter.
Yeah,
How often do you have that?
it's like 40 years since it snowed more than a couple inches here.
40 years. Wow. And about the temperature, is it often that cold? -20 is not so nice, actually.
Never, never,
Never.
never.
Wow.
It barely gets below freezing here.
Okay. So you have, let's say, I don't know, did you have been warned? Did you prepare, have a pile of wood for the stove in front of the house or something like this?
Well, well, I'll say I got a portable generator just in case.
Okay.
I recharged all my batteries, so I had plenty to do. But
Very good.
we have gas. I don't have to use wood, but
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I do have a grill outside if I need, or if I need I
Mm-hmm.
have a little fireplace in the back porch, right?
Okay. So you
So I
could
was
live
prepared.
without power. What was the power off?
No, no.
Okay. Lucky you.
I
Yeah, yeah.
I,
hmm
I was in Seattle about 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and had to do without power for 5 days because there was like 2.5 inches of ice on the high tension lines.
Wow. Yeah. We experience sometimes cold -15. That's our low. I remember as a little one, it was once -23, but it was only once. And normally power is stable. But if you have a power outage at minus, then your heating doesn't work and you freeze.
Yeah. So fortunately, we have natural gas, so the stove always
Mm,
works. Just put a
Good.
light, matched it. Yep. So
Yeah,
we're well
strange.
covered.
Where is global warming, by the way? Yeah.
Mhm. It was really strange because we were in Key West, Florida the week before on a boat,
hmm
you know,
hmm And this
85
was
degree
warm.
weather. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. hmm I was actually astonished, and you were not the coldest place in America. There were colder ones, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and I could believe it, yeah. -40, they told me. I don't know if this is true, but that's really, really cold, and it gets then dangerous to your body once.
Yeah. Your body does weird things when it's minus 40.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, just jump in. So I used to work in Shreveport, Louisiana. So Louisiana is usually like warm and humid, right? And then
Mm.
we moved, relocated based on my role to Detroit, Michigan. So
hmm
Midwest for you, in US, it's like a very cold area, right? But that year we got uh polar vortex, And out of the polar vortex, we were experiencing like minus 40, minus, yeah, that was not good. So basically, I used to work in a steel mill in Detroit. So basically, try to stay only in the office, try to not to
Yeah.
get out.
Mhm.
That was the deal.
Uh, can imagine.
Yeah. And like having the dog, had to walk the dog out, right? So,
Hmm. Hmm.
gladly we had German Shepherd, so he could
Ah,
tolerate,
he
right? But the thing is,
likes the snow, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. But the seal, we have to like put like a gloves, you know, put the gloves on him, right? Basically on his
Hmm.
paws, and also, put the coat on
Hmm.
him, so at least, and don't stay in the, in that, crazy cold, because even those dogs, because they are, used to inside temperature, right? So they may get like a complicated situation in their like a blood vessel and, other part of their,
Hmm.
system. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Crazy times. Uh, seems like Carl is not going to make it, or is there any chance to get Carl?
No, it doesn't look like he hasn't answered my text. So
Hmm. So what could we do then? Is there any news in the group from OCP in the modular data center world? What I realized, we don't overlap anymore to immersion group. That's good. Yeah, there was the same time, the same call, because if we are looking at that immersion type mobile data center. It's ready now in Singapore. We will have it in Stuttgart soon, and then we have further tests on the immersion side. Yeah, and this was supposed to be easier because of Singapore was so hot when we did the proof of concept. Yeah, and we made it. So that's the news from our side. We're still working on that immersion thing.
yeah, immersion cooling and modular, you know, is as long as you're, functional. I did attend, and Carl will be joining us here in just a second. I did attend a conference last week in Miami in
Hmm.
regards to, it was called Uncorrelated Real Estate Investments. People have land or empty warehouses or empty shopping malls and
Hmm.
looking figure out ways to invest in, take advantage of the latest IT. And it
All
was
right.
all about, and I gave two talks, one about, just make people familiar with modular data centers. And the second
Hmm.
one is how to invest in AI, right? So
Okay.
taking this empty shells or empty real estate, as long as you can find power, um, then you can make a modular data center and take some investment into
Hmm.
co-location. You know,
Okay. Very good. Is this presentation online? Is there a link to read it maybe?
uh, I'll, I'll I'll send it out to the group.
Oh, that would be great. Hmm. Cool. Looking forward to to
Yeah,
look at that because of we are looking on empty semiconductor fabs. Since we build semiconductor fabs since '85, our old clients come here. We have some old thing in Texas. Would you make a data center out of it? Of course you can. Um, if it is meaningful, we need to find out. But data center in existing, let's say, real estate is very interesting because of you need the capacity and the data center. A semiconductor fab has power on it already. Yeah.
mm. Hey, good morning, Carl.
Good morning. Hi. Sorry, I had some difficulties with the Zoom client. I needed to reinstall install it, and then straight it needed to update to the Apple ARM architecture. It took me some time to get it back
Okay.
operational.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sometimes Zoom. Usually when it's an important meeting, the OCP one, or talking to a hyperscaler who uses Zoom, then it's always updating. It's
Are you using the
always
app or the are you here with the browser or the application?
No, the application.
Yeah.
Usually I'm logged in. You can if I follow the link, and it always wants me to go via the app. I usually prefer going, for example, Teams. I always go via the browser. because that's the most stable form for me. The apps are terrible on non-Microsoft platforms. So
Okay. Is there a way to augment the invitation? Because I have the same problem you do. When I get the original email, it gives me links that make me go to Zoom um, application versus the one that comes right at 7:30 a.m. my time. It's got a location and it goes straight into the app versus having to load an app.
yeah, no, we can augment the invite. Should be able to work through that, in a in over the email. What is it there? This groups system has also the calendar, and I think we
Right.
can adjust there for that. I'll let's maybe go through this week, and then we'll see if we can put it in another format or something. Good. No, the what is it? The EMEA Summit comes up, and for an abstract, are you Daniel? Are you putting in something this time, or are you a chance to go to EMEA this year?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at trying to schedule something. I got a project on the West Coast that I have to babysit. But I may.
Yeah.
And
No,
I do
that's
want to
good.
run some white papers by you.
Yeah, no, there's a couple of interesting things now. Yeah, developing where we can put something how do you say in there. I'll present some abstracts. We have a couple of things on DCF with the power infrastructure, or following this power infrastructure conversation. So that's something definitely we want to put in there. So let's see what could be the next one for that. So we have one thing where we want to have a superconductive busbar presentation or end-to-end chain for Vera Rubin, which we want to put with an US-based SST provider and a superconductive busbar provider. And then for the modular data center, the NVL 72 setup for GB 200 or 300 as a spec that will be giving a quick overview, right? That will be the thing that the two things that I'm now looking into. Martin, have you something new to a new idea? Or Mr. Engelhardt, do you have a new idea after the immersion?
We just talked a bit when you were trying to connect. There is actually no news from my side. The news is that we reached our 5% at 4% of PUE in Singapore at hot climate. So the proof of concept is done. Yeah, so that's a success, absolutely. But I was expecting this. It shouldn't fail, and it did not fail. What we do at the moment is to pack up and bring it to Germany and have part load tests and further thermodynamics. So there is nothing really new what I could contribute for such a regional summit. I'm planned to go, but I did not file a paper or a presentation. Did you maybe, Carl?
Will file. Yeah, as I said, I will file two things. One is for the spec on the NVL MDC to present that, and the other one is a DCF initiative on showing a part or full spec on a variant of the NVIDIA 1 gigawatt reference design, and we would rework that into a European 400 megawatt, 400 to 800 megawatt design with a superconductive. The rough ideas that we put in as an abstract, and we're already working on the specification with the power companies and with the data center design companies.
That sounds interesting. Curious to hear about. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to share you afterwards the NVIDIA basis design, which is interesting. It follows a lot of the ideas that we are right now implementing, which is the medium voltage availability zone, and interestingly, they are replacing a lot of the UPS system with pure BESS systems. So they allow for a slower response time and basically to the cluster to fail a little. And only have real UPSs for some of the core features that they are deploying. And so that is a very interesting.
Is this the super caps thing, the BESS system pushing power on DC level?
I think what the way they showed it, or the way it was presented to me, and maybe let me see if I have this open. Because we were just talking about this today or a little later today.
Are you a NVIDIA design partner?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah. In San Jose, I was talking to an NVIDIA gentleman, and he talked about 45, 65 in and out for cold plates. And then he said, I could write him on LinkedIn, and I did, but he didn't confirm. It is nowhere written if you're not a design partner. If you are, I think NVIDIA gives you the 45, 65.
No, I heard that this makes sense, and there is we with a partner or through a partner we're trying to apply that together for design partnership. The thing we just got of a partner before we were on, it was before NDA, so I think I can share this too also. At the moment I find this, here it is. So let me share that. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
It came up?
Yep.
So this is the this is just want to have yeah, this is better. So this is the basis of design. This is by Jacobs and NVIDIA. Jacobs, I think, is the biggest engineering company in the world. I think it is direct competitor of yours, right?
They are, yeah. Or we work together on
yeah.
on semiconductor. We work together actually, yeah.
Yeah, and so this is really interesting because it has a lot of description. It doesn't show all of the details, but it shows like a a squared ideal layout with an incoming high voltage substation going from high voltage to medium voltage. All those outer blocks are BSS systems, and then 12 is gensets. So there's there's gensets for some of the core things and the cooling, but
nice.
not really a big genset for the rest. And so they use a lot of Cray units, and I think air cooling happens here on the outside, or yeah. So some things they not really give away the way they do air cooling, but it gives a lot of detail, and from IT rack count to what kind of systems they need in their place, core and spine. And so the really interesting thing is that there are also some single lines here at the back end. There's some detail on this 3-story setup. and also comparison, and showing, how Vera Rubin will be fed with 8 bus bars per row. So a lot of bus bars. That's a
Whoa.
lot, yes.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So that's why we want to put in a superconductive options, because we
Yeah,
would
it
do
should be
2.
something, yeah.
We would reduce it to 2 bus bars, right? And copyright, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to share this, but we need to do something interesting, right? So, but it shows, the way it is splitting this out. And the interesting thing is that it's all on medium voltage, direct connection of gas generation and BSS, and then from there out distributing it to the to RMUs, and from the RMUs it is then splitting out to the transformers, and to switchgear, and then the transformers, and then to bus
It
drives.
seems to be like a trend that generators are on MV now. Yeah, so we see that very often in our hyperscaler designs. What they give to us for quote. Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this is I'm not sure if I can put this on a round trip to the MDC group. I'll need to verify. But happy to do it. But I'll
just check. It would be really great.
Yeah.
To learn from them and put it into mobiles. Yeah.
But we will rework this. So with the patients, we will rework it to to some of to a hyperscale design that would have some of our base standards or improve, going to instead of 2 megawatt CDUs, going to 8 megawatt CDUs, going to fan coil cooling, so direct over the rack cooling, because that saves space, and to some form of BS integration within superconductive option. Just to show, that you can have a facility-wide approach on 800 volts, right? So that will be the idea. That is what we're trying to.
What about the let's say number of suppliers of such? I saw this idea dying in the photovoltaic industry 20 years ago on the DC coupled panels and storage, and then go to the grid at the very end of the whole campus. The reason was not enough suppliers for components. Yeah, and I don't know if this is the same story here. The idea is good. It would save energy. Parasitics would be lower, but not enough suppliers are jumping on it and give you products. And
it's difficult. Yeah, there is some movement on the on the superconductive cable or busbar. There are a couple of companies, and the alternative would be water cooled busbars, right? Aluminum busbars. These have been around for years on end.
We saw them in San Jose, genau. That would be reducing it as well, but the parasitics happen.
But so that is no, that will be just to move that into some of the more sustainable ideas that we have. So that is it's just to put that and have something out there. We designed this with we designed the CAD models. We can also give single line details, and then we would have a spec in the OCP that just gives a bit more beef, towards people who want to understand what's happening, right?
That would be great. So we could use parts of the the design and carve out best of it and put it on OCP and say, should that be our new standard? That's what you do, Carl, is it?
Yeah.
Good. So should.
That's what we're trying to achieve. Good. With that, unfortunately, I'll run a little bit low on time this week, but I wanted to give it to the ground. I've seen Aman was looking into this and on detail. And how are you? And what's your interest? And how we can get you supported.
Yeah, still interested to try to figure this out, like how we can utilize, I mean, the asset management perspective to the, modular data center, right? So yeah, I need to participate more. I'll do.
Yeah, there's also a lot of the skidded equipment that we see, and to maybe that could be a good point to put it into discussion for the OCP summit to say, do we want to look at more of those modular equipment building blocks? Because people, in order to build things so incredibly fast, they need to move forward in different directions.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, good. Mark, you're from Infra Partners. Mark Lewis, what's your interest? Is it from a financial standpoint, or are you building modular data centers?
No, I jumped on the wrong call. I thought I was on. No, I'm joking. Carl, thank you. I work for Infra Partners who do modular data centers. They're a startup.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We obviously have developed, our modular data center based on the GB300 Blackwell platform. Now we're looking at what do we need to do to future-proof it to do it. So I've jumped on a few OCP calls. I very well understand that the superconductor, the 800 volts DC, all this is in abeyance. The 1 megawatt rack. What is it? What is it? Is it the Rubin? Is the Flame? Because you do the maths on the GPUs, then I'm not sure where the 1.1 megawatt comes in. So just trying to put all that together such that we can see how it impacts our modular design. So what we do is we build like a shell, call it a container for the better word, and then we pre-populate it with all the infrastructure, and then we deliver them to site, bolt them together, and then you've got yourself a data center. So I was keen to jump on and listen. Very what some of the stuff you've shown about the basis of design document really spiked my interest, to be fair, because that's what I'm working on in the background, doing some of those single lines and layouts to see what it looks like, right, from a component point of view. Our C-suite went out to meet NVIDIA last week. So I've been waiting to have a debrief with them so we can understand exactly what's going on, because there's so much going on with blogs and press releases and it's hard to know where to draw a line.
And that is not. There's not. They announced the Rubin. It's a lot of nice pictures and a lot of nice. Looks like a lot of nice energy integration. But for the people building the infrastructure for that, there was very little input. Right? There was not a rack power given, or what kind of rectification or sidebar or whatever approach they're going to use. So it is a bit. Bit of a lottery
target at the moment, isn't it?
It is, and it's a moving target as well. So that's super interesting. You obviously from your speech color, I would point you to the British side of the ocean.
Yes, I would too.
but
you never know.
But from where do you do the deployments? Is it Nordic?
So
is it global? Is it?
That's a good question, Carl. We like I said, we're a startup, 2 years old. The C-suite, the founders have worked for Vertiv and Black. A lot of people that they know about the investment and the modular data center side of things. So it's hardly surprising that they got together and started up their own company. We're based basically, the design team effectively are based in the UK. Our integration factory, where we bolt it all together, the steel work, prefabricate the steel work, the containers, infrastructure, that currently gets done in Romania from our Romanian entity, and we are now opening up a similar entity in the US. And we're doing a showcase, whereby where the potential clients can come and kick the tires. So in each integration factory, we've got half a dozen of our modules bolted together with the infrastructure, like a slice. If you slice a data center in half, so they can see what it would look like. So we're just getting the US entity off the ground now, because obviously clients are going to go, well, we want to see what you do, and they're not always prepared to travel to Europe. So we're also looking to do a similar entity in the Middle East, probably UAE this year, so that we've got a footprint across all these sectors.
Yeah, sounds very good. very yeah, and I think modular is and Vertiv has, people with Vertiv experience see, that everything has to be done in 3 months, right? So you need a
Yeah.
really good figured out spec and a supply chain or backlog of order to move that, right? It's not as an easy thing, right?
Yeah, we've lost two bids to the likes of Vertiv, their solution, because they're a known entity. So obviously we're a startup, so there's a lot of risk there. But we are getting asked about the time to delivery is one of the biggest questions, more than it is the cost. The cost works out. I'm just going to pick a number for the sake of it. It won't be the true number, but let's just say 5 million a megawatt. There's some standard pricing that people go. What they're keen on about is, can you get from start PO to RFS on site within 9 months? That's the kind of time frame that they're looking for. And we're going, but what platform do you want to design it on? Because at the moment, you can't get the Vera Rubins unless you're Microsoft or Amazon or a CoreWeave or something like that. So what do you want us to design? What do you want us to design on? We've got some reference designs, but it's a moving target.
Yeah. That it's a challenge for everyone right now. I fully agree. Yeah, we're looking at the same issues. And having this, you need to standardize to be quick, but you need to be flexible in order to accommodate. And that is really the challenge we all face as an industry, right? So it's a bit of a common, but really good meeting you. Are you by any chance at the London Tech Show this year, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I should have gone out to the Kickstart in Amsterdam, but our CTO's out there, so I don't sit at that level. I'm a director of design, not the C-suite. So, but in London, the UK, yes, on my doorstep. So, I'll be going.
I was also planning to go, and then got too late the invite for for the how do you say the
Kickstart
the Kickstart ticket. And now we'll have the week filled up too quickly, so we needed to find a different way. No, but very very good. I'll try to look you up on LinkedIn or somewhere else, and then we can connect for that.
No problem. Thank you, guys. I mean, this looks an interesting forum for me to help and add and learn from. So thank you.
No, happy to do that. Good. Bella, Regan, is this your first time, or have you been here in earlier?
This is my first time. I'm jumping in just to kind of see what this call is about. I work for an engineering and construction company who's been asked to work as a part on some data center projects. So we're trying to learn more to see if it's something our company wants to get involved in. So I'm kind of just checking it out, and I think this is a really interesting forum that I'll probably invite my senior engineers maybe to come and sit in on the next ones.
Awesome. Yeah, to deepen your understanding, are you familiar roughly with the Open Compute webpage, and have you found the projects and the wikis and the likes?
A little bit, yeah. I heard people talking about OCP, and so I've gone on the website. Like last week was the first time I really started diving into it. So it's a really interesting, great resource. So still fairly new, but started looking into it and think this is a really, really neat association.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just send you the link to the Modular Data Center group, and there's the Data Center Facilities group, and there's the wiki and the charter, and there's a couple of more information on it, and and you also find some of the design specs that are there. So I think that could be interesting for everyone involved. Cool. Anywhere else? Some interest in me first here to help? I think Felix, you're new. And then maybe Jensen Stenberg.
Yeah, this is Felix. I've come to a few of these, not necessarily consistently, just because of scheduling conflicts, as you all know. You're all probably busy as well. I work with Monterra. We're developer who is trying to put up some hyperscale facilities. So looking at these modular data centers gives us an idea of what we can do on an accelerated time schedule, because obviously everybody wants their IT compute live tomorrow. And any way we can deliver faster obviously gives us an edge. So just looking to be a fly on the wall, absorb as much as I can, bring back some stuff to the team, and keep going from there.
Awesome. Yeah, very interesting. Cool.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
if you have anything to learn or to contribute, or an idea where you want to place a component or a design towards that, we'll open up, the public round for GB200, GB300, or NVL based spec, where people then can, adapt to all the new principles, maybe on the current state. And as I said, it's a moving target, and then we maybe need to reiterate on it, in 2 weeks or 3 months or whatever.
Yep.
can be interesting. We're not very sure.
Thank you.
Yun Omikawa, how are you, and how can we help you?
Is he here?
Okay. This is June.
Okay. Mhm,
Very nice to
mhm.
meet you.
Hi, good to meet you. Where are you calling from, Yun?
I'm located in Dallas, Texas, from Mitsubishi Heavy Industry.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting. We are in contact with them on financing a project. So very interesting conversations. Yeah. Very big company, and very lot of capabilities. So that's definitely very, very interesting.
Absolutely.
So is Mitsubishi Heavy Industry, I see they do a lot of energy related solutions in the data center world. Do they also have data center engineering or data center or modular data center builds as a company? Because I think Mitsubishi Heavy Industries is like 1,200 companies, right? They have a lot of subsidiaries.
That's right. And we have the civil department for the data center, such as the power generation, power distribution, and the cooling solutions.
Okay.
And each department has the module design for the data center, not only for the equipment itself.
Okay, understood. Cool, good. Anybody else I missed? Chance, see you are here, and Yang Xia. That's probably it today.
I didn't get a chance to say hello.
Hi Jensen. Hi. Yeah.
Amphenol Industrial Operations. I'm on the liquid cooling side of things, field applications engineer. First time in this work group. Relatively new to OCP, and just looking for opportunities where I can learn, possibly help contribute to different projects, but primarily interested in liquid cooling.
Okay, yeah. Now there are obviously more or other groups on liquid cooling specifically, but we're trying to integrate obviously liquid cooling into data centers for the larger
right. And I'm just looking to get a holistic view of data centers in general too. Relatively new to the industry myself, so anything I can learn, I'm trying to.
Okay.
So modular data centers seem relatively interesting. So I might attend a few more meetings, or hopefully find ways to contribute if there's an opportunity.
No, we're trying to do that. All right, good. Perfect. Yeah, then I think we're working on a couple of things. I'll try to meet with Daniel on a shorter note this week, or beginning on Monday. And for everybody else here, the EMEA Summit is in Barcelona end of April. You can until next Monday late or Tuesday early, I think was the 9th of February, with then Pacific time, you can still hand an abstract, and then you can start working on the prototype if you have something interesting to put modular data center or else. There's a couple of categories, so that could be just the call to get everybody in there. I think that could be really interesting. Okay. Daniel, you have anything to add today?
No, but I'll connect with you on Monday and share my paper with you. I did put in my presentation that I gave at Uncorrelated. We talked about.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Great.
Good. Yeah, and if you want to connect either on LinkedIn or via email, either send me an email through the OCP thing where Daniel and I our things are listed, or I'll happy to place this my company my company email in here real quick, and then looking forward to connect with some of you soon. Jan, Xia, you didn't have a chance to speak up now, but unfortunately I have to jump out for today, but let's connect later the month and talk soon. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Tschüss.
Take care.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.